Tanzania cross-border trade advances.
Our clients are linked with thousands of suppliers from that market.
Good evening, I am Faida Gaga. You could also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TVC Online. Also, get all the latest news via our Facebook and X pages at TVC Online. East African community heads of member states have met to discuss climate change and food security, emphasizing joint cooperation to ensure security for the people and have a common voice in environmental conservation in Africa. The meeting of the heads of the East African Community member countries was held in the Arusha region, led by the outgoing chairman of the community, the president of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, who insists that the countries have to take action and address the existing challenges and advance in using modern technologies in agriculture and deal with climate issues. While addressing the meeting, President Samia Suluhu Hassan said Tanzania has started the implementation of Building a Better Tomorrow project to enable more young people and women to get engaged in profitable economic activities, and insisted all East African community member countries need to have a common voice in protecting the environment. In other news, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has started his visit to Songwe region. Speaking to the residents of the area while laying a foundation stone to symbolize the start of the construction of the Songwe Regional Hospital, the Prime Minister insists that the hospital will expand health and medical services in the region and in the southern African countries. It's a report by Ines Tobias, read to you by Teddy Mparanyanga.
It is the first day of Minister's visit to the Songwe region, where among the projects he is here to inspect is the construction of a regional hospital.
Our neighbors, which are Malawi and Zambia, do not have the service that will be provided here. Now, what does it mean? It means they will be coming here. We basically have medical tourism.
Prime Minister Majaliwa the district leaders and all the leaders in the country to listen to the citizens' concerns and offer solutions.
These are official instructions to the district heads. Go to the interior, listen to the problems of the people, and serve the people.
Some other government leaders who are here elaborate the plans in place to improve various services in the region.
You have brought projects directly to the communities. The economy of the common man has been upgraded.
This hospital, we as the Ministry of Water have ensured that the water has reached the hospital directly.
When we were saying a hospital should be built here, we knew it would stimulate development in this area.
We used to have a very high number of maternal and child deaths, but within 2 years, our President Samia Suluhu Hassan has made sure there is a decrease, as this has become one of her agendas. We're grateful for your kindness and generosity for this money that you have brought. I'd like to thank President Samia Suluhu Hassan for bringing the construction of this hospital.
Tax conferences conducted by the Ministry of Finance by involving various stakeholders, including ordinary citizens, have enabled improvements to be made in more than 57 tax areas in the fiscal year 2023-2024, aiming to stimulate business, protect local industries, and stimulate investment in the country. Here are more details.
The remarks has been made by the Commissioner of the Department of Policy Analysis, Ministry of Finance, William Mhoja, when a team of financial and economic experts from the Ministry of Finance collecting recommendations on how to improve taxes for the financial year 2024-2025.
In January, there was a big conference held in Dar es Salaam, which included a very large community of businessmen, tax advisors, and all types of business communities.
On the other hand, the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture in Mwanza Region, TCCIA, Gabriel Kenene, commended the Ministry of Finance for meeting various stakeholders in search for their recommendations.
Wafanyabiashara kuwatia moyo kama mwenyekiti wenu wa mkoa wa Mwanza kupata biashara.
Let's continue to encourage business owners as the chairman of businessmen in Mwanza region. We shall continue to talk to the government, and this government is a responsive government that listens.
National tax conferences being held in every region continue, and the aim is to collect recommendations on taxation opinions for improving tax collection policies for the year 2024-2025.
The third edition of the Stanbic Bank Africa Trade Barometer report shows a positive improvement in cross-border trade activities supported by improved business climate, deeper bilateral and economic ties with other countries, improved involvement within trading blocs such as the East African Community. Speaking during the launch of the report, Stanbic Head of Business and Commercial Banking, Frederick Max, says banks are committed to driving the growth of cross-border trade further by continuously providing advisory and innovative financing solutions to curb the issue of foreign currency shortages pointed out in the report.
We do have offerings to our clients. Zainul mentioned China. So we have an Africa-China corridor that our clients are linked with thousands of suppliers from that market. And our positioning in the market, over and above offerings and services to our clients, but we do provide advisory role to most of our clients, to all of our clients in terms of expertise, leveraging our partnership and our association with the Standard Bank Group.
The bank's economic expert, Zainul Chando, says that the report offers direction for local companies, especially small-scale companies, to grow.
Not only investors, but even business themselves see opportunity, growth opportunities. Be it in goods or services industry, we see those opportunities, they see those opportunities, and we stand ready to support them with those opportunities, be it nationally or cross-border. And I think cross-border, as I did mention, it opens up an opportunity to a bigger market, almost 300 million plus market. That is, Tanzania is just 20% of that, so we can imagine the kind of opportunities that is out there.
The third edition of the survey has focused on 10 countries, including South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Angola, Uganda, and Zambia. Now let's have a look at other stories. Executive Secretary of the National Examinations Council of Tanzania, NECTA, Dr. Said Mohammed, says a total of 1,092,960 goes to 80.58% out of 1,156,296 candidates who sat for this year's primary school leaving examinations have passed. He made the announcement when he met with journalists today in Dar es Salaam, outlining that this year's performance equals an increase of 0.96.
Ufaulu wa jumla umepanda kwa 0.96.
The overall pass rate has increased by 0.96% and has reached the 80.6%, where 1,397,293 of all the candidates have passed by grading A, B, and C, of which 76% have rated grades B and C, whilst increasing their performance in 4 subjects out of 6 subjects. In comparison between boys and girls, the statistics show that 8.59% has been scored by boys, while 80.58% has been scored by the girls. Statistics show that various schools have increased their performances by 1.71%, with most schools rating an average of A, B, and C.
The Executive Secretary furthermore says this year's performance of mathematics and English language subjects have not been satisfactory, whereby for mathematics the performance has dropped from 52% last year to 48.83% this year. Russian ambassador to Tanzania, Andrei Avitisian, says the more Russian companies are interested in investing in the cashew nut processing industry in Tanzania. He gave the statement in Dar es Salaam during a virtual roundtable business meeting involving cashew producers and Russian companies in the cashew sector, outlining that his country bought more than 100 tons of cashew nuts last year. Rehema Sababili has more.
It's a roundtable meeting involving Russian companies, cashew farmers and producers and other business stakeholders to discuss how to conduct business together, where the Russian ambassador says the meeting is an opportunity for both countries to improve investments.
What is more interesting, both for Tanzania and Russia, is to attract Russian investment into cashew production. And Russian companies are right now, since the meeting is still continuing, are asking questions about possibilities to invest into plantations, cashew plantations, to grow cashew nuts, and also they ask questions about the possibilities of building plants here that will process cashew for further exportation into Russia.
On the other hand, the representatives from the Cashew Board says the meeting is an opportunity for traders and cashew farmers in the country to guarantee markets for the product, while investment officer from the investment sector in the country, Benson Nkini, insists that the Russian investors to invest in the industry, it will save foreign currency and provide employment for the natives.
Katika uwekezaji huo unaenda kumsaidia moja kwa moja mkulima.
The investment is going to help farmers because it will reduce the export of raw cashew nuts abroad, but it will also help get access to markets and reduce the dependence that we had of exporting raw cashew nuts.
So we encourage some of the companies from foreigners to invest, especially on the processing of the cashew nuts, instead of exporting that as a kernel. Still have the opportunities for more cultivations of cashew and to improve the processing factories which are existing here.
Tanzania currently has the capacity to produce 300,000 tons of raw cashew, while Russia imports 23 million tons of processed cashew from India and Vietnam. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rehema Sababili, TBC News.
A Spanish sea fishing vessel owned by the Albacora Fishing Company, licensed to conduct deep water fishing within the Indian Ocean, has anchored at the port of Dar es Salaam to hand over 5 tons of fish to Tanzanian authorities have been fished contrary to the license. Receiving the vessel, the Minister of Livestock and Fisheries, Abdallah Ulega, has acknowledged the company for following the contract and urges other fishing companies involved in illegal fishing stop such activities to avoid endangering marine lives. It's a report by Eva Sindika, read by Kanki Mwagumole.
Tanzanian government granted a license to Albacora Company from Spain to use the Tanzanian flag to conduct deep water fishing within the Indian Ocean. The agreement entails that if the company fishes other type of fish contrary to the agreement, they should be handed over to the government. And today, the company is here at the port of Dar es Salaam to hand over 5 tons of various types of fish that were fished contrary to the agreement. And the minister in charge of fisheries, Abdallah Ulega, is here to receive the consignment.
We are willing now to come and make a factory here in Tanzania after seeing the possibility, the opportunity, and the willingness. And more is about the political will of our president and the government. And now they've already bought land in Tanga region and looking forward to start construction of the factory that will employ of about 100 young men and women from here, Tanzania, and some others who will be indirectly employed in the program and the process and the factory at large.
The Ilala District Commissioner, who is here to represent the Regional Commissioner, Albert Chalamila.
Minister of State, President's Office, Constitutional, Legal Affairs, Public Service and Good Governance, Harun Ali Suleiman, says Tanzania and Oman enjoy remarkable bilateral ties and trusts derived from various sectors, including economy, politics, culture, and other issues. Minister Harun made the remarks during celebrations to mark the Oman Day 2023, insisting that Oman and Tanzania have strong people-to-people relations, and it's one of the countries outside Africa where Swahili is spoken as first language.
I'm very happy to note that the relation between Tanzania and Oman continue to flourish in different areas. Oman is one of the countries outside East Africa where Kiswahili is widely spoken. The tremendous interaction between the two countries has made Tanzania and Oman to continue working side by side on bilateral, multilateral issues and of mutual interest. In the realm of the international relations, Tanzania and Oman share a commitment to fostering peace, stability, and prosperity. The global challenges we face today require collective efforts, and Tanzania stands ready to work hand in hand with Oman to address common concerns such as climate change, security, and sustainable development.
On the other hand, the Oman ambassador to Tanzania, Saud Hilal Al-Shidani, says Oman encourages trade and investment by creating a favorable environment and building investors' confidence.
Oman continues to mark its success and achievement realized in the span of 53 years in all sectors of education, culture, health, as well as development and economy and tourism, but mainly not to forget the foreign direct investments by setting a clear ground, fair investment environment that leads to the progress and tranquility which Sultanate enjoys, and we are so proud of that.
The Office of the Regional Commissioner of the Mwanza region says the region is committed to continue to create a conducive business environment so as to attract more investors to the region and eventually make the city a business center for the East African countries. It's a report by Moses Matthew, read to you by Kanki Mwagomole.
Rapid economic growth along with a conducive investment environment continues to attract more investors from within and outside the country to invest in Mwanza region. The hotel industry is one of the sectors witnessing an increase in investment.
Was to place its people in the right places, and I'm pleased to notice that more than 75% of our nation's economy today is in its people's hands.
In the Rusty Beach Resort Hotel, the representative of the Mwanza Regional Commissioner, Daniel Machunda, says that the government's mission is to continue to create a conducive environment to attract more investment in Mwanza.
This is all because of the beautiful environment that Mwanza has. So when we see entrepreneurs bring projects like this, which aim to make our city of Mwanza an attractive place for people to visit and relax, this is a very good thing. And us as the government, we must support you and fulfill our duties of creating a good environment for people to conduct business. And we must also show that we want to help you and protect you.
Now let's have a look at the exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rate. Time now for all the latest in international news. Now let's have a look at international news compiled by Dorothy Mari and read to you by Rehema Sebabili.
25 people have died in Nigeria's Niger State after the truck were traveling in lost control and crashed on a busy expressway. The Federal Road Safety Agency says the truck, which was headed to the economic hub of Lagos from Sokoto State, was speeding and overloaded with passengers and cargo. Some passengers who survived the accident sustained serious injuries. Niger State Governor Mohamed Bago has issued a directive against the use of trucks and other haulage vehicles to carry passengers. Israel says its offensive in Gaza continues after a 4-day pause in fighting was delayed. The pause was expected to start today, and Israel government source says they believe the deal will go ahead on Friday. Earlier today, Israel said its aerial strike hit 300 Hamas targets in the past day, including tunnels and weapon sites. Veteran anti-Islam populist leader Geert Wilders has won a dramatic victory in the Dutch general election with all votes counted. After 25 years in parliament, his Freedom Party, PVV, is set to win 37 seats, well ahead of nearest rival, a left-wing alliance. Wilders made a direct appeal to his political rivals to work together. The operation to rescue 41 workers trapped inside a tunnel in India, Uttarakhand state, has resumed after hitting a snag. Director General of the National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, Atul Kawal, says they hope to free the workers in the next 10 to 12 hours if things go to plan. The workers have been inside the tunnel since 12th November after a part of it caved in due to a landslide. Late on Wednesday, the operation to rescue them was slowed down after a drilling machine encountered a steel structure it could not cut through.
That was international news. Sports news up next. And in sports news, Young Africans head coach Miguel Gamondi asks for full commitment and fighting spirit from his players, which will boost them to achieve a positive result against CR Belouizdad of Algeria in the CAF Champions League group stage first match.
Always we respect all of opponents, but CRB is a big team. It's a big history. Have a very good players, and will be a very difficult task being the player who works in the national team, everything. But they must keep confidence, they must be optimistic, and hopefully tomorrow we can give a good result.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.
Tanzania ni nchi ya baba yangu, ni nchi ya mama yangu. Mwenyezi Mungu asante kutuweka Tanzania ni nchi yenye amani. Ndugu zangu Tanzania, tuidumishe amani kama alivyotuasa Mwalimu wetu Nyerere, tusije kuipoteza tukaishia kujuta. Tutakimbilia wapi amani ikitoweka? Tukumbuke Tanzania tumezoea amani, hivyo ni jukumu letu kuidumisha amani. Umoja wetu udumu, mshikamano uzidi, bila ya kusahau muungano wetu tena. Tanzania ni ya kwako, tuilinde nchi yetu, tuijenge Tanzania. Tanzania ni ya kwako, Tanzania ni ya kwako, tuilinde nchi yetu, tuijenge Tanzania.
Wito wangu na maombi mawili tu kwa umma. La kwanza, miswada imesomwa mara ya kwanza. Maana yake tuna muda wa miezi miwili, mitatu, Novemba yote, Disemba yote, Januari yote. Muda wa miezi mitatu ya kujadili. Kwa hiyo ni watake wadau wa demokrasia, vyama vya siasa, asasi zisizo za serikali na wadau wengine wote wa kidemokrasia. Huu ndio muda sasa wa kuhakikisha tunashirikiana na kamati ya bunge ili kuweza kuboresha miswada ambayo imesomwa leo kwa mara ya kwanza. Inaweza ikawa miswada ikawa na mapungufu ya hapa na pale. Muda mzuri ni huu wa kuengage the government, kuengage bunge ili maboresho yaweze kufanyika. Hilo ni ombi langu la kwanza. La pili, mabadiliko ambayo yanafanyika ni makubwa sana mno. Kwa mara ya kwanza tunakwenda kuwa na tume ya uchaguzi ambayo inatokana na mchakato wa watu kuomba. Sasa mambo haya yanaweza yakahitaji mabadiliko kwenye baadhi ya vifungu vya katiba. Kwa hiyo wito wangu mimi kwa serikali kwamba tutakapoleta mapendekezo ya baadhi ya maeneo ya vifungu vya katiba inavyotakiwa kuboreshwa ili kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba miswada hii inaendana na sheria inaendana na katiba. Serikali kama ilivyokuwa sikivu kwenye miswada hii iwe sikivu kwenye maeneo haya.
Nataka kusema na tunamshukuru sana Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kuendeleza demokrasia, lakini kusikiliza maoni ya wananchi na wadau mbalimbali wa vyama vya siasa, lakini ni kuonyesha kwamba anaendesha kwa utawala bora. Kwa maana hizo ndo nguzo mojawapo ya kusikiliza watu, lakini kuendesha kwa demokrasia. Kwa mimi naamini kabisa kupitia sheria hii tutapata mawanda mapana ya mapungufu ambayo yalikuwa yanajionyesha ya sheria ya uchaguzi ambayo imekuwa kilalamikiwa na wadau mbalimbali. Maana wadau ni wengi, lakini na wananchi ambao ni Watanzania. Wananchi wanasema kwamba nchi msingi wake ni watu. Watu ndio wanaamua kuendesha nchi yetu vipi. Kwa kama kutakuwa hakuna manunguniko, maana yake tutaendesha nchi yetu vizuri. Kwa hiyo mtu atakuwa na sababu, hata kama ameshindwa uchaguzi, hatakuwa na sababu kwa sababu eti kwamba sheria sio nzuri. Kwa hiyo maana yake ni kwamba kutakuwa na utengamano nchi. Tunaamini kupitia haya ambayo tumeyasikia au tutakayasikia, maana yake itaenda kupeleka nchi yetu katika utulivu mkubwa. Maendeleo yakiwa na utulivu, maendeleo yanapatikana vizuri. Kwa hiyo nataka niseme tu kwamba sisi wabunge tutafanya kwa niaba ya Tanzania na tutachukia maoni yao na tutayafanyia kazi, na naamini tutapotoka na sheria nzuri ambayo itaenda kuendesha uchaguzi wetu na itaenda kuweka mipaka ya namna ya kuendesha chaguzi zetu, lakini pia na vyama vya siasa vitaendelea kupewa msingi mzuri wa kuendesha shughuli zao hapa nchini. Hivyo kuwa na amani na utulivu katika nchi yetu.
Ukipita kwenye barabara zetu hapa Zanzibar, si jambo la kushangaza kuona idadi kubwa ya wafanyabiashara wakifanya shughuli zao pembezoni mwa barabara. Shughuli mbalimbali huendelea kufanyika bila ya kujali usalama wao wala kujali uharibifu wa haiba ya Zanzibar.
Kiufupi wanatugera na halafu pia wanahatarisha maisha yao, kwa sababu unapoweka gari kituoni, sometimes kituoni kunakuwa na gari nyingi, unapomwambia asogeze biashara zake pembeni inakuwa ni mtata kusogeza biashara. Mwisho wa siku inakuwa tena hapo unakuwa kuelewana na kuwa mtihani tena. Mwisho wa siku unakuwa ugomvi.
Wanatusumbua sana kwa sababu ukimziba unanizibia biashara yangu. Na vile vile yani sometimes wanakuwa kwamba wanatuambia tunazibia biashara yetu, kumbe barabarani kaeka hawezi kusogea hata kama pembeni kidogo. Kiukweli changamoto kubwa wanatupa. Soko jipya limejengwa juu hapo sokoni tu, lakini wanaona sijui hawapati. Lakini serikali haijafanya vibaya kuweka soko karibu pia. Vizuri zaidi ilikuwa ende sokoni tu.
Ukiangalia katika mazingira ya hapa Mwera, kero nyingi sana zinatokea kwa sababu hakuna sehemu ambayo yenye uwazi labda kusema kufanya biashara hizo, lakini unakuta mtu tu anaweka meza barabarani ambapo ukiteke vumbi